40 seconds remaining in our launch window. Range is go.
TLS, has the SRO hold been removed? Negative, sir. SRO NTD. NTD, I can remove the hold here. Combine that. SRO on 212. So needed to put your hold switch in proceed position. Confirm, proceed. Proceed, TLS, can you verify? TLS verified.
15 seconds remaining in our hold.
Copy. Thanks on that. We'll pick up momentarily. CGLS, pick up the clock on your mark. TLS copies. 3, 2, 1, mark. T-minus 5 minutes.
T-minus 5 minutes and counting.
TLT, OTC, perform APU start. TLT in work. And CDR, OTC, reconfigure heaters. Copy, in work.
T-minus 4 minutes, 41 seconds and counting. All systems are go and weather is green.
Flight director NTD. Flight NTD.
NTD, Houston flight. I have 2 seconds of drain back hold remaining. 2 seconds.
OTC, PLP, 3 good APUs. Copy that.
Pilot Eric Bowe reporting 3 good auxiliary power units. T-minus 4 minutes and counting. The final helium purge of the 3 main engines is underway in preparation for main engine start.
Go for American range status is go for launch, and what is your status? We are go. Copy.
Final test of the flight control surfaces is underway. This is a pre-programmed pattern of movements designed to verify the readiness of the flight control surfaces, the elevons, speed brakes, and rudder. Minus 30 minutes and 30 seconds and counting. Final aero surface checks are complete. Discovery's 3 main engines will be gimbaled through a pre-programmed series of maneuvers as a final test before launch. T-minus 3 minutes and counting. Final pressurization of the external tank's liquid oxygen tank is underway. And we're completing purge of the shuttle main engines.
TLT, OTC, clear caution warning memory, verify no unexpected errors. TLT in work. TLT, no unexpected errors.
The gaseous oxygen vent hood, or beanie cap, is slowly being retracted away from the top of the external tank.
Close and lock your visors and initiate O2 flow. Copy, on work.
Orbiter test conductor John Craxton requesting pilot Eric Bowe clear the caution and warning memory system. T-minus 2 minutes and counting.
TLS is go for EP, LH2, pressurization.
Liquid hydrogen replenish on the external tank is being terminated as planned. T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds and counting. All systems are go. About 90 seconds away from the launch of Space Shuttle Discovery on her final mission. T-minus 1 minute, 10 seconds and counting. The liquid hydrogen tank inside the external tank is now at the proper flight pressure. T-minus 1 minute and counting. The ground launch sequencer will verify that the 3 main engines are ready to start. The booster joint heaters are being deactivated at this time. T-minus 48 seconds and we're transferring to orbiter internal power. Discovery is now running on its 3 onboard fuel cells. Coming up on a go for auto sequence start at T-minus 31 seconds.
TLS is go for auto sequence start.
And we have a go for auto sequence start. Discovery's onboard computers have primary control of all the vehicle's critical functions. 20 seconds. The sound suppression water system has been activated, protecting Discovery and the launch pad from acoustical energy waves. Go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 2, 1. Booster ignition and the final liftoff of Discovery. A tribute to the dedication, hard work, and pride of America's space shuttle team. The shuttle has cleared the tower.
Discovery now making one last reach for the stars. Discovery's engines are now throttling down as the orbiter passes through the area of maximum pressure, reducing the stress on the shuttle as it goes supersonic.
Discovery Houston, you are go at throttle up.
Will Commander Steve Lindsay acknowledging the call from Capcom Charlie Hoba as Discovery's 3 main engine throttle back up. Lindsay is joined on the flight deck by pilot Eric Bowen, mission specialist Al Drew, and Nicole Stott. Mission specialist Mike Barrett and Steve Bowen. Discovery's 3 main engines are burning fuel at a rate that would drain an average swimming pool in about 25 seconds. The engines, combined with the solid rocket boosters, produce more than 7 million pounds of thrust. 1 minute, 50 seconds into the flight, we're standing by for separation of the twin solid rocket boosters. Discovery now traveling 2,695 miles an hour. Its altitude 24 miles. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center 29 miles. Booster separation confirmed. Discovery's guidance is now converging as the shuttle's onboard computers fine-tune the flight. 2 minutes, 25 seconds into the flight, Discovery traveling 3,189 miles an hour. Its altitude 37 miles. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center 53 miles. Discovery now getting a boost into orbit from its twin orbital maneuvering system engines on either side of the shuttle's tail. These 2 engines will burn for 2 minutes and 32 seconds.
You are 2-engine TAL. We do have updates to your no-com mode boundaries, and we did launch late into Pane 1, our only pane. The contingency abort boundaries we'll use are in-plane plus 230. Let me know when you're ready to copy the new Presta ATO and Presta MECO.
Okay, copy all. 2-engine TAL is ready to copy.
Into your Presta ATO 11.9. Presta MECO 15.4.
11.9 and 15.4.
It's a good readback on both.
Discovery can now make it to emergency landing sites in Europe should one of the engines fail, but all 3 engines continue to perform as expected. Capcom Charlie Hoba updating the crew there with some updated time information due to the later-than-planned launch. 3 minutes and 50 seconds into the flight, the shuttle traveling 4,700 miles an hour.
Discovery, you are negative return.
Negative return.
Discovery now traveling too high and too fast to return to the Kennedy Space Center in the event of an engine failure. But all 3 main engines continue to function as expected. The shuttle now traveling 5,200 miles an hour. Its altitude 62 miles, downrange from the Kennedy Space Center 170 miles. minutes, 45 seconds into the flight, Discovery traveling 6,200 miles an hour. Its altitude 66 miles. Downrange from KSC 229 miles. Here inside Mission Control, Flight Director Richard Jones and his team continue to monitor the progress of Discovery's flight. All systems are continuing to perform as expected.
Discovery, you are pressed to ATO.
Pressed ATO.
And a call from Capcom Charlie Hobart indicating that Discovery has enough energy to make it to a low planned orbit should one engine fail at this point. However, all three engines continue to burn as expected.
Discovery, you are single engine ops 3.
Single engine ops 3.
Discovery's engines are now swiveling to roll the shuttle to a heads-up position to get better communication with NASA's tracking satellites.
Discovery, your single engine Zaragoza 104.
Single engine Zaragoza 104.
Discovery can now make it to emergency landing sites in Europe should two engines fail at this point, but the flight continues to go well. 6 minutes, 24 seconds into the flight, the shuttle traveling 9,800 miles an hour. Its altitude 67 miles, downrange from the Kennedy Space Center 447 miles.
Amigo, BIM for you, nominal shutdown on all three, and Pinto, you'll be go for the plus X and go for the pitch.
Pressed Amigo, nominal shutdown, go for the plus X, go for the pitch.
Good readback.
A call from Capcom Charlie Hobart indicating that Commander Steve Lindsay has a go to press to main engine cutoff as expected in about a minute and a half.
Discovery, you are single engine press.
Single engine press.
Seven minutes, 15 seconds into Discovery's flight. The shuttle traveling 12,700 miles an hour. Its altitude 66 miles. Downrange from the Kennedy Space Center 615 miles. Discovery's engines now throttling back to keep the forces on the crew and the shuttle to 3 times that of gravity. The shuttle traveling 14,000 miles an hour. Less than 30 seconds to go in Discovery's powered flight. We're coming up on main engine cutoff.